Hi everyone, and welcome back to Dollspace. I'm TikTok Sam Doll, except I haven't made a TikTok in a month. Who are you?
Ooh, I'm kind of TikTok Sandy Clark.
You're way more present online than
I also took a break, but I filmed one last night, but I forgot to edit it. A reno update. If you've been keeping up.
And if you haven't been keeping up, then you will have no idea that Annie's renovating her house. Which is crazy.
That seems hard to believe.
That is hard to believe.
If you don't know that.
Then you're not a fan.
And it's been going on for 7 months? 8 months? Anyway, coming to an end in 1 week.
If you're watching us on video, you can see that Annie is roughly the size of a small house, but I am the one that's having trouble moving around. That doesn't seem fair to you.
That doesn't seem fair to you. I mean, I'm also having trouble moving around.
I know, but you
dramatic.
You don't make as many like noises, which is crazy because you are.
I do around Luke.
Okay, because Joe wants to know how you drive.
Oh, yeah, it's annoying, but like I'm used to it. I guess I don't know. I've been like busto for months now.
Do you have to put a pillow?
What, behind my back?
Joe,
no, I probably should.
Joe was like, "How do her hands reach the wheel?"
But why would it be a difference? My hand, like,
because you have to put your chair back so that your barrel fits. Oh,
my barrel fits still.
That's beautiful.
I haven't had to move anything. The only thing that's hard about driving is you get into the car and then the door is like this.
Oh, so to
I
get
have
the door,
to
you
like
gotta be
sit,
like,
and then I have to go like, and then like, go and shut the door. That's
Would you
annoying.
say
Getting out is annoying?
What?
I just like pulled the mic way away from me. Getting out of the car is annoying. Like, you just have to brace yourself. I move the same way. I just have to brace myself before every little movement.
Would you say that pregnancy is a lot of alley-oop moments?
Yes, but those can get dicey too. You don't want to alley-oop yourself too far because your balance is bad.
Oh, my balance? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Guys, our center of gravity is gone missing.
Yeah.
And it is so funny. When I walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I'm like this. Hands going in circles.
Oh, I know.
About to fall.
I know.
It's crazy.
I know. And then also you're wanting to like not get stimulated in the night. So you're like trying to not look at where you're going. I know. I've walked into
stimulated
things.
Anyway. Like I wake up and my neck is on fire with acid.
Yeah.
Every night.
I know.
And
But brain, I don't want brain to be.
I don't want my brain to know
I get up to pee at 3 a.m. and my brain's like, why don't you think about giving birth? And I'm like, no, it's not the time. You can think about that when you're awake.
That's so funny that you think about giving birth and I think about my child coming home with norovirus. Well, it's not that funny. It makes perfect sense. That is my biggest fear.
True. I guess I'm just like, yeah, that's always top of mind. Mm-hmm. You think about that in the middle of the night?
All the time. I think about my kid coming home, like, violently ill, and then it's a holiday and our whole family gets the flu.
Coming home from where?
I guess school. I don't know. This is like, no, I'm thinking about them as like 7-year-olds.
Right.
I'm thinking of a 7-year-old kid that I don't know and have never met coming into my room telling me they threw up and me having to deal with that random kids throw up all night. See, this is the thing. I don't love my child yet because I don't know them.
Yeah.
Well, I love them because I have to say that, but I don't know them.
I would love to hear from a parent who, well, I guess I don't know anyone who can't deal with vomit as much as you, but I would love to hear.
And you know what's funny? I actually deal with it.
You do.
Very normally.
You do. And you know what? That's like a lot of things I'm realizing, because when I'm thinking, actually what scares me more about giving birth, which I might have even said this before, is actually the postpartum recovery.
Yes.
Like just because I'm well, putting that in quotes, now, it's annoying to think about how I'm going to feel immediately after giving birth and having to like do all that mesh underwear pad shit and bleed for 2 weeks and all of that.
Yes.
But like when you're in it, you just do it. And I think I've said this, but like I've adapted to also all the annoying things that pregnancy brings with little squawking.
I've been squawking.
That wasn't a dig. I just mean like you just kind of do. So, of course, anytime you think, oh, I don't want to do that. If you're thinking, I don't want to take care of a random kid puking, like, yeah, props.
Like, just who are you?
Yeah.
Like, I think,
but you won't, but you will know who they are.
Because it'll be in a momentum.
Yeah. And,
well, no, because I'll know
you'll
them.
just know them and love them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, Elvie now. Elvie pukes. I'm in. I love her too much.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
So,
you're going to love even more.
Actually,
I don't know. Do you love your dog Or do people love their pets as much?
This is a very common debate that is on Reddit and honestly everywhere. Like there's a whole thing where like your pet becomes just an animal to you. Because
really?
Some people agree with that. Actually, a lot of people agree with that. Especially, I think, if you have a pet that's kind of hyper or something. For example,
annoying.
Do you remember that puppy that lived across the hall from us at Esplanade? There was that puppy that lived across the hall.
Oh, yeah. And they had that baby.
And then they had a baby. Yeah. But that puppy was a rescue, and she was so hyper that when the baby was born, the puppy was now, like, she's 2 years old, but she's still just, like, a hyper dog that was, like, at this point, just a cause of stress.
Right.
So when I went to visit her, like, a month postpartum, she was like, I cannot believe how I think of her now. Like, I used to think of her as my baby, and now I'm just like, you need to fucking chill. Like, this is a real baby.
I don't have time for this.
And I don't have time for you, and you are just a dog to me now. So that happens to people. And do you know what? One of my girlfriends, Katrina, was telling me, she's like, I never thought it would happen to me. I don't think it happened to Katrina to this extent, but Katrina was such a dog person.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, yeah, it changes. Which is normal. I mean, like, you can't, like, one's
it
biology and one's not. And
that's
like,
so true. That does make perfect sense, but it's just like...
I don't think that applies to adoptive children, by the way, when I just said the biology thing.
Right.
So just know that if you're adopted, you're not the same as a dog or a pet.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Because I thought about that
point.
too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about how much I love Elvie, and I'm like, well, of course I love Elvie that much, because, like, even though I'm not literally her mother, but I would love my adopted child that much.
Right.
But at the end of the day, Elvie is a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
And she can't connect with me on that level.
And I think
she connects with me on an even deeper level that is untouchable by the human race, but whatever. It's okay that she dies in 10 years.
People... I'm moving right along. I think people also have a hard time understanding how they could love their second child as much as their first until
the heart grows.
You just do.
Yep.
And I think if your dog is not annoying and is like lovable to your baby, then, well, she's not annoying, but she might be lovable to your... She might not be lovable to your baby.
I think she'll probably, like, not care if my baby's alive or dead.
Yeah, well, which is fine, too.
That's fine.
That's not a source of stress.
Yeah.
Then I think you'll think of us, y'all, as a family of 4.
Yes, I'll think of us as
and
a family.
us as a family of 5. I was thinking how people, like, in their pregnancy announcements say, like, this is going to be a family of 4 or something when they have a dog.
Yeah.
And, like, as someone who doesn't have a dog, I'm like, okay.
No. My dog was very involved in my pregnancy journey in that she was the first person that was home when I found out I was miscarrying. She was like, what is going on? Because
what are the chances?
I don't hysterically cry. Like, I was hysterically crying when I got from my first ultrasound. When I got home from my first ultrasound, and that was it. That was my big cry. But Elvie was like, what the hell am I looking at? Like, if your dog has never seen you hysterically cry, try it. Might scare them. She was like, what the hell? But moreover, when I got pregnant again, she was the delivery method to our parents. She had a little necklace that said big sister. So let me just say, I don't agree with what I did there. It's fine. But I don't think she's not a big sister.
Okay.
She's a dog.
Yes.
And she's the most important thing in my life. But she's not this isn't a family of 4. Like,
right. Okay.
Relax.
Just checking.
No.
And I do agree with what you did there, because I really liked that video. I liked that delivery method of the news. Mm-hmm. I think 2 things can be true. You can, like, lean into, like, you can have Santa pause.
Yeah. Why is that sign still up?
It's January 4th. Your tree is still up, so.
That's true. We can't take down one without the other.
No, those go hand in hand. Those are in the same bin.
Yes.
You can be tongue in cheek. Is what I'm trying to say.
That's exactly what it is.
And you're nothing if not tongue in cheek.
And why don't you just tell the audience, like, exactly what tongue in cheek means?
I was gonna say, I could not explain the origin.
Oh my god. I actually have to tell you something so funny.
Okay.
I was at Allie's house the other night, and Carolyn and Liz were there. And Carolyn goes, I have to talk to you about something. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I think on Dollspace, like, you present yourself as too dumb.
Wait, Carolyn said this?
Carolyn was like, do you, like, think you're stupid? Because, like, you're really smart. I was like, nice. That's really cute, Carolyn. But no, I, like, know I'm really smart. That's why this doesn't matter. But like, and then Liz overheard part of it, and Liz was like, "Yeah, what's up with that? Like you're not dumb." And I was like, "No. I know I'm not dumb, but But do I have a grasp on the English language? Not really. But it's not because I'm not dumb. It's because I don't care to. If I really tried and applied myself to anything, it would be okay." But I'm like, this isn't because Carolyn was like, "Oh my God."
And you're like, I can think I'm not dumb and also not know expressions. That's like such a minor, that's not even actually an indication of intelligence whatsoever. No. That's just like something I happen to know more about
also,
than you.
When you don't know something and it's funny, that's like the best. Like when I didn't, like for all intensive purposes.
Yeah.
That's the bomb. But it was just so funny because then Carolyn was like, "Okay, yeah," because I was like wondering like if you actually thought that about yourself. And I was like, that's so cute that two of my friends are actually concerned that I think I'm stupid. I'm like, the sad truth is I actually think I'm the smartest person I know. So really don't worry about it.
It's a shtick.
It's a shtick.
You're being tongue-in-cheek.
I'm being tongue-in-cheek. It's a shtick. Well, I'm not being tongue-in-cheek. I don't know what anything means.
Well, and I think also it's not helped by the fact that you like tell stories about doing dumb shit that you actually do, which we all do.
We all do dumb things, and it doesn't make us dumb. We're not summarized by our actions unless you're doing dumb things all the time, which I actually am. So I understand why I think I'm dumb.
Yeah, but we're all doing a mix of dumb things, just different dumb things. Yes. I mean, when we were just talking about the washing machine, having to wipe out the washing machine, you were like, "Oh, okay." You were like, "Oh, someone needed to tell me that or something." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, someone told me that. And then now I just do it."
Yeah.
Well, and now I'm here to tell you.
Guess what?
Wipe your washing machine.
Someone has told me that before, but I was like, does it really
I mean, then
matter?
there's a level of care. There's not knowing, and then there's simply not caring about putting resin in the dishwasher. It's such things.
Oh, resin in the dishwasher is only for our Patreon listeners. If you guys haven't been on Patreon, then you do not know that I've put glue in my dishwasher. And you know what? We're going to just not tell you. You have to sign up. That whole saga was on Patreon. Well.
Hey, and you can sign up for another month because we decided let's keep the good times rolling.
Yeah, and we also decided let's make a fucking buck, eh? But before Annie goes into labor, really in a month, and then what?
Then what? We're not sure, but we know that I'll pipe in to tell my birth story on Patreon. So.
Okay, yeah.
That's something to look forward to.
That is something to look forward to. And really what will happen is I'll just come to St. Catharines and we'll record with Bibi.
Yeah.
And that'll be fine. Yeah. And that'll be fine. And that's actually true. So no one worry. We're not going anywhere even though we're both having like life-changing experiences in the next 3 months.
Wouldn't be the first time we tried to do the pod. I mean, we started it like 2 months before your wedding.
Yes.
And then kind of took a break and then really did it through my wedding.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a baby's different than a wedding, but I still think we'll be able to do it. We might just have to do more pauses. So.
Yeah.
Like we'll do, half an hour, pause, feed, whatever.
Oh, those kind of pauses.
Those kinds of pauses.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Even better.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do pauses between weeks. Like we're going to have time during the week to do an hour.
And now that we've arguably mastered remote recording.
We've mastered it.
You know what? I'm going to invest in good headphones.
You know what? You don't even need good ones. You just need over-ear ones from Amazon that are like literally
more legit
$30.
Looking ones.
Yeah, get some legit looking ones or get the ones that I have that make me look like a cool like alien.
Yeah, I like that.
Duh.
Or like matching so it looks like there's some sort of cohesion.
Some people have been asking for merch. Are those people you? Pipe up.
I think we've been offering a lot to no avail. And maybe people have been agreeing.
Anybody wants some merch? And like possible merch ideas, like, listen, we don't have to sell you a freaking cheap ass sweater from like Alibaba. Like we can get you something cool. Like what do you want? What do you fucking want? Slippers? Oh.
Slippers?
Oh, fuck, man. A good pair of slippers to walk around the house in. House shoes? House coat?
Yeah, but I don't know that they need to be like podcast branded.
What? Then why would we even make them? Just to have a line
I'm saying I'm sorry, I was putting myself in the shoes of the consumer.
Oh, the shoes of the consumer.
Like, yes, the concept of walking around in slippers is nice. I don't know that I would need to buy them from a podcast that I like.
Right, unless the podcast
But I guess you could say that about any article of clothing.
Yeah, like I don't really know that this needs to be from H&M.
That's not the point I'm making.
You're saying you don't want the word Dollspace on your house shoes.
I guess, but then
Well, what if it's just DS and it's in cool little writing? Yeah, like dick suck, and it's just in cool writing, and we have beautiful colors, and the colors are beautiful.
Actually, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna think about it. You know what I need to do? I need to sit the hell down.
Get your ass on Canva.
I need to get my ass on Canva, and I need to start designing things and bringing these ideas to life.
Please.
I will.
You've been teasing the people.
The reason I've been teasing the people is because I don't know how to design clothes, and I don't know what I would wear. I want to design something that I would wear or that we would use. And when you see like just sweaters, which is like the go-to merch, it's like
a
hoodie.
We do love a sweater.
We do love a sweater.
A big zip up.
Oh, a zip up is nice. I kind of like a quarter zip. No?
Oh, I like that too. But yeah, but it needs to be like not so
merchy.
Podcast.
No, it wouldn't be. Please, it would.
Okay.
It would only be something that I would like want to wear, and maybe it's like subtle. Maybe it's a subtle nod to the podcast, but not like full.
Like DS.
Yeah, like DS with a little Saturn, because you know how our logo is randomly a Saturn.
I do.
Shit that we do not think about is that it really is about space. This is a space, right? And the store can be called Dollspace. Yeah. Or
and the store could be called Dollspace. Get this. We could actually get www.dollspace.com instead of doll.
Well, what about Dollhouse with an HAUS and Guten Tag dots on the U? There you go. That's where you want to get slippers from.
Umlaut.
What was it? What's it called? What's it called?
Umlaut. Guten Tag. Dots.
Annie's gonna go into labor on my couch because I'm too funny. Guten Tag. Yeah, Guten Tag. Umlaut. How the fuck do you know the word umlaut? Actually, it's okay.
Do you know Guten Tag?
Guten Tag's like, yeah.
Hello, I think.
Hello. Good morning. It sounds like it would be good morning, right?
Oh, yes.
Well, just so you know, guys, this is for Carolyn and Liz who think that I think I'm stupid. I know that the dot on top of an I is called a tittle.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Fabulous.
Who's the dumb one now?
I don't know. Maybe the person that said Guten Tag dots. Dots.
Do you know what the and symbol is?
Ampersand.
Ampersand.
Come on.
Okay, we meet in the middle on something.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
This is where our German lines up.
Yeah. Oh, is that German? Ampersand? What the fuck are you looking at me like that for?
I know, because I thought you were saying that about Guten Tag.
No, Guten Tag. No, I know ampersand.
No, actually, I don't know.
I thought that was in English. Well, maybe I didn't think it was English. Maybe I thought it was Latin.
I have
like everything.
Literally no idea. Doesn't it sound like maybe
that it could be German? Yeah, ampersand.
I actually have no idea.
Yeah,
I think I was putting it in the umlaut category, but we use it here.
Yeah, we say ampersand. We don't say umlaut.
Yeah, and ampersand actually doesn't sound that German. It sounds like really English.
Yeah, or it sounds like some sort of like Dutch, like weird shit, like fucking, you know.
Although it could sound German, because German sounds like it's like making fun of English.
Yeah, and I could totally look it up.
No need.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Do that on your own time. We don't care about that. We have so many questions for the record, so I wonder if we should get into them now and see if maybe we can bang out 4.
Okay.
Maybe cut the intro a little short and just...
Okay, yeah.
See if we can...
Cut it short, like, by stopping. Now.
Like by, this is it.
I thought you meant cutting stuff out. I was like, we will never do that.
No. Cutting stuff out, absolutely not. That's why we have...
eat a piece of apple, then.
Oh, yeah, eat a piece of apple while I look up what the hell... Like, we got so many emails here. And thank you, everybody, for writing in. You really listened and unfortunately wrote in during Christmas time, but that's okay. Let's see.
I know, I feel like we haven't done this in a long time.
I know. We were like, please write in, and then we were like, whatever.
Look at Elvie.
Oh. What's Elvie doing?
I don't know, she's scooching her butt over.
Okay. All right. I've got a few. Ooh, this is good.
Sorry if you hear me chewing.
She's pregnant. She needs to chew an apple. And let me just say, everybody loves apples when they're pregnant.
Is that true?
I think so. Like on Reddit, when you like type in like, what the hell can I eat? Most people agree on cold fruits and specifically apples. So if you are suffering from morning sickness right now, on my YouTube channel, which I'm launching next week, my first thing is going to be morning sickness hacks, which, by the way, I'll give you fair warning, there are none. But if you, like, besides being heavily medicated, but if you want, like, temporary moments of morning sickness relief, that is what I will be providing. And the answer is apples. So
I cannot get enough fruit this whole pregnancy. Like, it's all I want.
It's the bomb.
I've gone really seasonal with it. So it's like apples and pears cannot get enough now.
Yep.
But in the summer, strawberries, oh my God.
Dude.
The amount of strawberries I ate
in
the summer.
The best. Blueberries. And now all the strawberries are genetically modified, which is great. They're massive and full of juice. And they're made in a lab.
I like the small ones.
Oh. Ontario? Yeah.
So sorry I'm chewing an apple.
Ontario. That's okay. Okay, so why don't you keep chewing your apple? And
no, I'm done.
Okay. Well, this is a long one, and I feel like we are going to answer it because this relates to things I've been through in my life. Okay. So deep. The subject is, am I a bad friend? Hey, Annie and Sam, I love you both and how honest you guys are on all of the advice you give. I was wondering how you would react to the following situation and give me an outside point of view. There's a girl who was my best friend in high school, and we were still really close up until we were 21. She began to become too dependent on me, calling me at 2 a.m., asking me to go to her house because she was having suicidal thoughts, and saying that she would harm herself if I don't go meet up with her. However, the second I would get to her place, she'd be acting all happy and no longer down, and never want to talk about what she had mentioned in the phone calls to me earlier. This has happened to me.
Yeah.
I suffer from clinical depression. Me too. As well, and understand how hard it can be when you're at your worst, but it just seemed like she never wanted to actually get help. She expected me to help solve all of her guy friend problems and to be there for her within minutes of calling, but when I would suggest seeing a therapist as it was helping me, she would just say it wasn't bad enough for a therapist. I eventually started dating my now husband, and she did not take it well. She was constantly talking bad about him, saying I was being a bad friend because I was no longer going to see her every single time she called me, and calling me insane for choosing to go see a therapist for my depression. Okay. It came to the point where it was just too much for me to handle, and I told her I needed a break from the friendship because it was becoming too emotionally draining. I was still making time for her, but she just didn't like that I wasn't as available as I used to be because I was also wanting to spend time with my family and my then BF, now husband. I would invite her, but she never wanted to come, so I just stopped trying. I made sure to check up on her from time to time, but she would never reply to me. I invited her to my wedding because at some point she had meant so much to me, and I wanted her to be there, but she never replied.
What?
Okay, bitch. Now fast forward 7 years, and she followed me on Instagram and reached out to me about 2.5 months ago. I was a little hesitant to reply, but I really am not someone who likes holding on to grudges. I feel like you're just like me. I feel the same way. Okay, hold on. I accepted to get on a phone call with her. Okay, you're not just like me. I would never do this. I moved to a different state right after getting married, so she was talking about wanting to visit me in the future alongside with wanting to visit my family who still lived back home where I grew up. It was going okay. I did inform her that I had developed a chronic illness since we last spoke. Oh, I'm sorry. And that my priorities in life were my family and my health because it's a big struggle to even get up and exist some days. I made sure to establish boundaries and that while I still try to make time for friends because I think friendships are important, I have so many things going on in my life that just don't allow me to be available all of the time. I also mentioned that we have a 3-hour time difference, and while she tends to prefer speaking at night, I can't always do so because sleep is crucial for my health. And mine, queen.
Yeah, and you don't have to give a reason for that.
Yeah, that too. But you know what? She's scared of this chick because for a month, things were going well. She was respecting my boundaries and wasn't being pushy. All of a sudden, she started bringing up how jealous she is of my life and that I have because even though I'm sick, I have a husband and family that would do anything for me. She would constantly bring up how much worse it was to be single at 28 and how I didn't understand how hard it was because I always had a perfect life growing up and I still continue to have a perfect life. Side note, I was always in and out of the hospital growing up. My family was very low class in comparison to her higher middle class family. I'm an immigrant and had to work extra hard to learn the language and get the grades that I received because it didn't come easy to me, and I also dealt with depression. I'm blessed, but also did not have a perfect life. Eventually, she started calling me at 2 a.m. every night, just crying, asking for help and advice, even asking me to call her situationship for her to put in a good word for her. I don't even know this guy. And sometimes her calls were just to complain about her life, but while also telling me about all the places she has traveled to and will be traveling to soon because her dad is paying for all these trips for her. Just stuff that seemed so high school behavior to me. Eventually, I got so pissed off when I received 5 calls in a row from her between 3 and 4 a.m., even after I had told her that I was going into a high-risk surgery that morning at 8 a.m. and really needed my sleep. I answered the third call. Turned out she was calling me to talk about how her situationship didn't want to commit and how she was so depressed about not having anyone and wanting to drink her problems away. Same shit. She didn't say same shit. She said same old conversation.
Okay.
I tried to give her
some... You could have given us 5% of this. Like, not chirping how long this is. I'm just saying, like, already, my answer would be the same.
Yes, exactly.
Without all of these examples.
Well, we're almost done here, but this is... That morning was the worst because, 1, I was unable to go back to sleep. 2, the entire time until about 6 a.m., I kept getting text messages from her about how hard her life was, but not once did she wish me a good luck for my surgery.
Oh my God.
This is crazy. Once again, it was all about her and her problems. I never replied to these messages until the day after my surgery. I made sure to send a message about how I didn't appreciate what happened, and I had made my boundaries very clear if she was wanting to reform a friendship with me. I made sure to mention that I cared about her and I'm more than willing to hear her out, but I just don't have time to be her therapist or answer calls that late. I demanded respect and understanding that I have so much going on in my life, even though I don't have kids, not by choice, but due to infertility. Like, come on.
Oh my God.
I don't have time to just be there for her whenever she wants me to. It's been 2 weeks since I sent the message and she never once replied. I don't know what I expected, but I guess I was just hoping for a sorry or hope your surgery went well, but I received absolutely nothing. A part of me feels dumb for letting her in my life again, even if it was from a distance, and also dumb for thinking things would be different. I guess I just wanted to know how you two deal with this, and is it even worth reaching out to her again? No. I don't know. I hate saying goodbye to friendships because I don't have many close friends to begin with, but I also don't want to keep people around who only take and never give.
Definitely.
Sorry, this was super long, by the way.
No, that's okay. That was not a chirp to you. I do appreciate the level of detail because that's usually the first thing I say.
Yes.
Is give me more.
Yes.
It's just like, I was merely trying to say, you don't even need this many reasons, and unfortunately, even in the way that you wrote that, I can tell you're trying to, like...
rationalize.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's not, you just don't even need to. Also, what do you like about this chick? This is a chore. This is like this isn't a friendship.
And that's not what friends are, first of all. Secondly, I think it's totally reasonable, because I was having this conversation with my other girlfriends last night, that like the things you were tolerant of in your 20s, because you're more immature as well, and like that is drama to you, you know what I mean? Like when someone has situationship problems in their 20s or like even teens or whatever, you're all kind of in the same boat, and that's like you can talk about that.
Yeah, you have more patience for it.
But it is totally reasonable as you grow up to be like, I
don't want to do that anymore.
I have zero, like I have ended a friendship over this couch isn't attached together because I got it for cheap.
Sam almost toppled over the couch.
Yeah, Sam makes a lot of bad decisions in the house. I had a friend like this who I felt became a full succubus.
Yes.
And like our entire lives, it's just so funny to like look at it now, because obviously I had an iota of guilt over this, but I had a friend, like a long-term friend, who our entire lives was always had mental health issues, always had like problems and whatever, and like would make it seem like if I didn't pick up the phone, it would be a fucking nightmare. Like I was like her only lifeline for every problem she had in her life. And this went on, and in my 20s, I didn't really care. Like she'd be like, I want to come home from university and like chill with you for a few days. I'd be like, fucking come, like whatever. As I got older and got a husband and got my own house and have a dog and have my own family and my own shit going on, I have to give my friends less. Especially, I don't have to give my friends less if what they're doing is a serious... Like, if you call me with a serious problem, you're going to get all my attention. But if you call me with the same problem over and over again that I, in my mind, think is an immature high school issue, this isn't a matter of life and death. We're talking about your situationship doesn't want to date you.
But even then, if you have a friend where everything is life and death all the time, that's also maybe okay. Like, if you're like... I can't take this on, this level of, like, dependency that you have on me having to sort out your problems. Like, you also only get so many of those, I feel like, as a friend. I mean, the person writing in, I feel like, has a lot to deal with. And you're not making it that way for other people. Like, you seem like you're being a normal friend, but, like, imagine if the person writing in was, like... always calling you to complain about everything going on.
Perpetual victim, and she just likes to be.
It doesn't matter the amount of things you have going on. Someone who's like that will always make it like that.
Exactly. You could literally be on your deathbed, and she could have like a guy hurt her feelings and text her weird, and it would be way worse for her because she's traumatized and blah, blah,
single
blah.
or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's so stupid. Honestly, this is just a type of person, and like, no, you're not a bad friend. I would never speak to this broad again. You've got enough shit going on.
Especially with the distance, the time change. Like, I know history is something, history is something that kept you together with that friend for a while, because I think guilt. You do feel, guilt, investment of time, like the fact that and maybe also like, I knew them as this, and I'm always hoping that they're gonna go back to that someday.
Or you had good times together, or whatever it is. But it's like, this is normal. Like, you grow out of friends, and that's not weird. Like, I feel like people have this thing where it's like, oh, because we've been friends for so long. It's like, it's equally as normal to be friends for a long time and grow different directions as it is to... And you know what? Great. She came back. You gave her an honest chance. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have fucking picked up the phone. Like, or I would not be doing phone calls and resuming my position of 7 years ago as this bitch's lifeline. Like, absolutely not. So, like, you literally were so nice to her. You seem like a very kind person also in your writing, and very articulate, too.
Also, when someone has an idea about you, it's really hard to overcome that. Yeah. So it seems like this girl is living in a reality you wrote, like, where she thinks you had this, like, charmed life, and you're like, this is the actual situation. And it's like, if someone just thinks that about you, there's nothing you can do to make them understand. Yeah, exactly.
You. This is also like what basic manipulative people do. They like it when you've done something. Like, if it wasn't if it wasn't that you grew up privileged, it would be something else. It would be like that you have a husband. Like, they like it where you're a villain, so that they can be...
And with like, you having an illness, like the girl writing it, and
acknowledging your illness would make it so that you're also down in the trenches with her, and she can't have that.
Yeah.
That's why she's not talking to you about your illness or your surgery, because then she'd have to acknowledge that you have problems too.
You need some sympathy. Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck this bitch. I don't like her, and she will never change. People like this also don't change, and you hit the nail on the head in the beginning when you were like, oh, like, I would say I currently have friends that are so depressed that won't do anything about it. Like, and they're good friends, so it's not the same, but like, it is frustrating. If the friend that I'm talking about that I cut off was the type to be like, I might kill myself, and then me be like, okay, well, and your only solution is calling me,
right? And how I react is what's gonna do it. Yeah.
Which makes me think you're probably not gonna kill yourself. Yeah, like, really,
or like calling me 4 times and I happen to pick up on the 3rd, and so that's
thank
like,
God. Yeah. No, people that want to do that. By the way, so that's nothing to do with you. Also, sorry. The news today is that Aubrey Plaza's husband killed himself.
I know. So you said.
I was just like, that is so crazy. He was 47. They were together for like 12 years, and they didn't have kids, and they were just like really tight. And she like just did a post being like, I'm so proud of you, because he just did a movie or something. And he was found dead in his, it's January.
Oh.
But
at the beginning.
I know, but most people, this is a very tough time for people, everyone. So check in on your loved ones, but don't check in on that chick, because I think she's okay.
Yeah. I mean, she's not okay, but yeah.
Oh yeah, she's not okay, but she's not your problem. I wouldn't check in on her. No. Like,
and it's also better that that she's not pulling this shit and then being like, wishing you luck on your surgery, because I feel like that would be like the little nugget that you would need to be like, oh, she,
she technically did.
She did. This. Yeah, it's like, she's not doing shit. She's nothing but trouble, and she's not even doing like the basic on paper stuff that you have to do as a friend.
Dude,
which
you're
is
almost
just stupid.
Fucking 30 years old, and like, you've got friends calling you in the middle of the night like multiple times.
Yeah, that alone is crazy. If 3-hour time change, sorry, no.
Oh my
God. And like,
yeah,
I can only talk at night. Okay, well then we're not talking.
Yeah, and also, I don't actually need another friend. Clearly you do. I don't. I'm good. Yeah. Like, I know you said you don't have a lot of like girlfriends. Who cares?
No, this is not. Yeah, this is not a reason to... This is like an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
This is like the same... You wouldn't hang around a guy who was like this.
And she's only talking to you so much because she knows you'll pick up the phone.
And she's probably alienated the people that she's been hanging around with the last 7 years or whatever. And then it's like, I'll go back to a tried and true.
Yeah.
Because she knows you're nice, and like...
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah, no. This
is trash. Yeah. So... Meeting adjourned. Fuck her. You're not a bad friend. You're actually a really good friend.
I know.
You deserve better friends.
Too good. And you also can really be like, okay, I gave this my all. And any of these would be good reasons to stop a friendship, but honestly, the surgery thing would be enough for me.
Oh my God. I would never talk to her again just based on that. Yeah. I have friends that I stopped talking to over way less, by the way. Yeah. And I sleep like a baby at night.
Also, you're allowed to just be like, I don't like you. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Like, they actually don't even have to do something for you to just be like, no.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I agree.
You're allowed to hang out with and be friends with whoever you want. You don't have to have a
Also,
reason.
when friendships fall apart naturally, like this one did, this really pisses me off. This is going to come out so mean because this doesn't have to apply to mean people necessarily or people that are mean. But like, if I haven't talked to you in a few years.
Yeah. Let it lie. There's your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Like, not even there's your answer, like, I don't like you. But, like, don't, like, oh my God, let's reconnect. Like, no. I have a life. That's a whole other thing I have to do now. Yeah. And I have to reconnect. And then once you reconnect with someone, it's like you're reconnected. So it's like, oh, let's do this again. No, I've already got shit going on. Yeah. Leave me the fuck alone.
You know, there's a lot of people that I would reconnect with that I like.
Oh, yeah, I was actually just thinking this about Katrina Campo, who I saw last week, and I was like, fuck, you're a great time, bitch.
It's cute because she just had a baby, and then she was being like, oh, how are you feeling, whatever, and then I was like, let's get the babies together.
Let's.
Like, haven't seen you in years, but I'm like, okay, that's something where I actually would like to do that. We're in the same phase of life now, whatever. But I can think of a handful of other people where, like, that I was really tight with that grown apart for whatever reason that I actually would be down to reconnect with or see again. But exactly that. I actually, like, can't.
Yes.
I live in a different city. Mm-hmm. I already come here, like, decently enough, but that's, like, to maintain my tight friendships.
Yes.
And I'm about to have a baby. And, like, I'm actually just, like, I can't. And that's with people I want to reconnect with who were good friends to me, like, and it's just like, no. So I would literally never tolerate someone who was like giving me trouble on top of that.
Oh my God, absolutely not. Or even like people that like just, okay, there's some people you stop talking to because like life just does that or whatever and you get busy. And then there's some people you stop talking to because your lives just went different directions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, for example, Katrina's someone that...
This is a friend from...
We're talking about Katrina.
I went to elementary school with her, and then...
I don't know how I know
was, like,
her.
really tight with her in elementary school and middle school, and then I feel like you maybe more in high school?
High school? No, I don't think I knew her
I know she didn't go to our high school.
No, I don't think I even hung out with her till I was, like, 20.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you had a different phase of, like...
Yes.
Honestly, when I was hanging out with her less, I feel like you... And I would see her at some things, but...
no one doesn't know her.
I know her from, like, childhood.
Everybody knows her. Like,
she
is just a chick that everybody that grew up in North Toronto knows her. She was popular for many reasons. Yeah. Like, she was just a bitch about town.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel
We've reconnected.
We've reconnected at a Christmas party. No, I feel like the reason her and I hadn't seen each other lately was honestly just, like, life. Like, we were in the same city.
Yeah.
There was no reason for it. Like, whatever. But, like, it's just, like, we both got busy. We had different groups of friends, whatever. Yeah. And then I saw her and I'm like, oh, my God, I used to love chilling with this chick. Versus some other people I know that have, like, moved away for university. I haven't even thought about them in years. They don't live here. Like, whatever. It's like, okay, bye. Like, I need to, like, I need to tighten this argument.
I was like, and so what?
I think really what it might come down to is people that
Well, if people have changed or not.
Yes.
Because, like, maybe the difference there is, like, you saw Katrina again and you're like, yes, I love it. That's how I felt about Rachel.
Ah.
If you remember the dress saga, the wedding dress saga.
The girl who's
That's a high school friend that I reconnected, who the girl who that wedding dress place, like, fucked her over.
Avenue 22 fucked her over.
Yeah, remember them?
Yeah, remember them? Well,
let's get them back on our case. That was a high school friend where we reconnected and I was like, oh my God, you are exactly the same, almost better than I even remembered.
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like, sometimes it can go so right. And you know what? That's someone where I'm just like, damn. And now I live in a different city and I probably won't see you as much.
Yeah.
Just because life. But you never know. She could have a baby, move to St. Catharines.
Yeah, probably not.
I'd love it if she did.
Oh, okay. Well, Rachel, you heard it here first.
You could just do one of those things. You don't have to do both.
I'd also like to shout out Jen Rutherford, first and last name. Not
While we're just throwing
while we're
out
just shouting out
people from our
people's
past.
high school, I just need to shout out Jen Rutherford because, like, she keeps telling people what a fan she is of us. This girl went to high school with us. Like, she actually was, like, fucking really cool in high school.
Yeah,
We've shouted her out on the podcast before. We know her. But I'm hearing from a new source now, not just her, the source that I heard from, which was her, that she's, like, such a fan. She, like, wouldn't even... She told someone that she, like, wouldn't be able to hang out with us because she knows too much about our lives because she listens to Dollspace so much. Jen, I just want to say I'd love to reconnect with you. And so would Annie.
Yeah.
Okay?
Maybe we do really want to reconnect.
Maybe we need a reunion going. Maybe we're just talking about people that suck that we don't want to reconnect with.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot. That's why I'm saying, like, it's not reconnecting across the board because, like, there are so many people that I actually would want to reconnect with, but there is a difference between, like, I would be so happy to see that person and also I have the bandwidth to upkeep a new friendship in my life.
Do you know what? This is where I'm at. Queen.
Like, if I got invited to a party of high school people full of people that I like and miss from high school,
yeah,
that would be the best night of my life.
Yeah, for sure. And we weren't pregnant. We could have, like, a little bougie.
Well, that would be nice,
Yeah,
too.
I don't want to go sober.
But
I'd have a good time.
That doesn't mean that just because that would be so fun, I can now suddenly be driving to Toronto 5 times a week to have lunch.
Yeah, let's get lunch. Yeah, we can't be doing that. No. But anyway, okay, I need to, like, tighten up what I think about reconnecting.
Yeah.
But
my advice to this girl is don't reconnect just for the sake of reconnecting. Not all reconnecting means you have to give a lot.
No. A reason, a season, and a lifetime, ho.
Yeah.
We don't need to be reconnecting with literally everybody, especially bitches that were annoying.
Yeah. And especially when she's shown you once again why there was time.
If I'm reconnecting with you, we better be laughing as hard as I was laughing with Katrina Campo at Tori Baxter's mom's Christmas party this year. Okay? And that's where reconnecting. She's not a listener. That's what's funny.
That's even better.
I know. She'll never know. This is just an Easter egg in her life. All right. Number 2. Friend with Awful Fiance. Female 26.
Oh.
Thank you. I have a friend that is engaged to someone who is, in caps, awful. Has literally called... Sorry, I don't know why I started laughing immediately because this isn't funny. Has literally called her fat and ugly and treated her horribly. Makes her feel less than him for making less money. She has cried to me about it before and I told her to leave him. She did consider it, but decided to stay because she feels like she won't find anyone else.
Oy.
Ugh. I tried to tell her otherwise, but she won't listen. She also keeps the horrible parts about him a secret from her other friends and family because she knows that they will tell her to dump him. Oh, and she has admitted that she's with him for the money and status, but won't tell others, just me. I don't know what to do, but I feel like he might ruin her life. What do I do? They're getting married in a couple months. Well, let me tell you something. She's ruining her own life.
Yeah.
That's just a dumb move.
It's great. Sorry.
No, go.
It's great that she does confide in you.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
It actually is nice that she's like, okay, I have one person that I actually tell the truth to, because that's actually a big step.
Yes.
And I don't know, if I were this chick, I would never fucking tell a soul this if I intended on going through with it.
I would literally never say I'm in it for the money, and also he called me fat.
Yeah. So that's what makes me be like, oh, does she want, like, is she considering an out? Because usually that's the kind of shit you say after you break up. Mm-hmm. That prevents you from being able to get back together.
Yes.
But it's kind of crazy to have, like, one friend who knows all of the tea.
I think what you could do is maybe do, like, a final sit down being like, listen, this is just what I think. You're going to do whatever you're going to do.
Yeah.
But, like, this is what you've told me. What would you tell me if I told you the same thing? Like, if you had a friend that said all of this to you, wouldn't you try and maybe have a conversation with them before you just let me marry that dude? Maybe I would say something like that. Or just be like,
are you 100% sure? Like, if you tell me yes, I will be there on your day. Like, but just maybe like a little check-in to like, even just to let her say, even if she goes through with it, let her say like, I am a little nervous, but like, this is what, because then maybe it'll give you insight, because this is the thing. People do things for different reasons than you.
Yes.
She is allowed to get married to someone for reasons that...
For money.
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
Or for fear of
being
lonely.
alone.
Like, some people care about that more than other things, and clearly you are someone who is like, I would never do that, but that doesn't mean she wouldn't. So maybe just give her an opportunity to voice that to you, because maybe that will help you make peace with it. If she's like, sometimes I have doubts, but like at the end of the day, I want to do this.
Yeah, this is what I want.
Then it's like, okay, then that's
right.
what you want, and you've checked in to make sure she's not being like
If
coerced.
and if she turns around and says, no, I'm a hopeless romantic, but I think this is the best I can do, that's a different story. But if she's like, listen, like, I can deal with this. I want to marry him for money. I like having status. And if I divorce him, I divorce him.
Well, that's the other thing.
All right.
It's like, I mean, it definitely would be better to sort this out before you get married. But it's also like, worst case scenario, they get divorced later. Like, happens all the time. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, to most of us.
So it's sort of like,
It's just so funny how deep we like make marriage, and it's like the least deep thing in the world. Like, quite literally anybody can get divorced.
It's more just that, like, yeah, divorce is like an extra headache, so you would like your friend to not have to do it, but at the end of the day.
Yeah, but if your friend's dumb, this is the thing. If your friend's acting dumb, like, you gotta let him act dumb.
Her. Yeah.
Yeah. If like she's like being called fat and she's been telling you and you've been there for her, and there's only so much you can do. I think in both of these questions you kind of realize there's only so much you can do as a friend. A friend isn't even as a family member. It's like even like as a mom, like how much can you tell someone what to do? Like parents have trouble with their kids.
Yeah.
Friends have problems with their friends. Like it's like because people are just in charge of their own decisions at the end of the day.
And they have different values than you sometimes. Yeah. And I think it's hard for, especially with a friend, because like you assume that you bond over having similar values and stuff, but like there just are people that do things for different reasons, and it's hard for you to like put your own values onto someone else.
Yeah.
And honestly, what I've realized in being pregnant is, like what I keep saying to Luke is, it's actually crazy how you can just decide to do this. Like, we just randomly decided to have a kid, and now we have one.
Yeah.
Like, no authority, no conversations needed to be, like, that is so crazy and so permanent. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, she could do that just as easily.
Yeah.
And it is funny that we put marriage as this thing where there is such a lead up. It's like, you get engaged, and then there's time, and there's planning of a wedding. There's so many check-ins to sort of like think about, do I want to make this decision? That's really just reversible.
Yeah.
You know what's not reversible? Having a kid, which is like a split-second decision. Yeah. She could have had a baby with this guy. And then you wouldn't be able to have, I mean, maybe I guess you'd have 9 months to have a conversation to be like, do you want to do this? Or stay with him. But I guess I'm just like, whether it's marriage or whatever, like, I don't know. I don't know if that's well fleshed out. But you know what I mean? Like, it's actually like we don't talk to our friends in the same way before having a kid.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And that's
because usually when you're having a kid, it's like either an accident or it's you're already married. And at which point your friend's not going to be like, oh, you're already married. You sure you want to stay married?
Even though it's like, it's so much easier to get divorced if you don't have kids.
I know. Guys, if you are thinking of fixing your relationship with a kid, call 1-800-US.
Doll.
Doll. And don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Because that kid's going to be like, I don't know.
Yeah. And don't fix it with a reno either. Not that we were trying to fix. We were just beginning. I just mean it's similar to having a kid, I could imagine.
And yeah, just off the top of my head, don't fix it with the reno either.
If you guys want to extend the honeymoon phase, don't renovate your house.
Don't get pregnant on your wedding night and then renovate your house. Remember? Oh my God.
Love my husband, but he is my business partner.
He is, and that's okay. And I love my husband, but he's my father. I'm
actually hoping, I can't wait for the kid to actually be like we're family again. Instead of like, we're two like contractors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I feel like this reno has seemed like a cry for help. I'm happy, okay?
No, it hasn't seemed like that, right, guys? It seemed fine. There's been nothing that I've been meaning to say to you about it. Too late. All I want to say now is that the house is beautiful, and whatever this was about, it worked.
This was about?
Whatever this reno was about, whether it was about solving your marital issues or whatever. No, I know.
Fact, everything was going great until that fucking dishwasher leaked.
Ugh, I know.
No, but now we're going to be so happy.
Yes, in a deluxe home at that.
Yes.
With beautiful jewel tones throughout. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at Annie's many reno updates because she's now TikTok's Annie Clark.
Yes.
And I'm fucking stapled to the couch's Sam doll. My eyes are always closed. I have an iron deficiency.
Do you actually?
I have to.
It's very common.
It said it in my blood test.
Oh,
but like the blood test I got like a couple months ago, I haven't like updated. I haven't checked.
I'm sure it hasn't gotten better.
No, I haven't been eating like anything nutritionist.
Yeah,
nutritionist.
But also, baby takes from you. They just take and take.
They just take and never give.
They're kind of like that.
That
girl.
friend in the different state. All my baby's been doing is giving me little punches.
They're kind of like that friend in the different state. Always wanting to chat at 3 a.m.
Really, though?
Yeah.
Really? You lie down, the baby's like, bing bong.
I know, and like, you feel sick, and the baby's like, well...
I feel great.
I am going through something.
What?
Growing.
Oh, growing. Oh, growing. Yeah, I did that twice. I grew all through elementary school. My little limbs hurt.
Wait, what do you mean you did that twice?
Well, I did it in the womb, and then you get out, and then you have to grow again.
Well, they're also going to do it twice.
Yeah, I know. And bad news for my baby, you're going to be 5 feet tall. You're not even going to grow that much. Sorry.
You never know.
Good luck.
Is there no one tall in either of your families?
I don't think so. I mean, like, I think my dad's like 6 foot.
Okay.
So that's normal, but I wouldn't consider anybody in the family. Oh, look at Elvira.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
Fuck, she's a vision.
Aww.
I've never seen anything more beautiful than my dog.
Beautiful.
And I've been to the Grand Canyon.
I saw a fox the other day running through the snow.
Stop.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's...
Why didn't you film it?
I was driving. I don't do that.
Yeah, that's good.
But I had the thought, wow, LV is more beautiful than that.
Oh my God, she's honestly, she doesn't get it, but she's like...
Brigitte, she heard we were talking
she's like Brigitte Bardot. Like, you know when you see something stunning and it's like, not only is it stunning, it's striking. She is so femme. Look at her little fucking tooth out. Like, she is a lounging
she's
goddess.
So femme. Look at her tooth out. That's actually the most mask thing she's done.
Her tooth got stuck out of her mouth.
Oh my God, she's giving us side eye. She knows. Oh my God, she's
she is
so
posing. This is a vanity shoot. This is so hot. Come on, bitch. No, she is like a tigress in the jungle, like lounging under a tree while a chimpanzee goes, ooh, ee, ah, ooh.
Ah, woo, ga.
Okay, let's get to this next question. Lie down, honey. We can only compliment you so much.
I know, you're distracting us.
I know. Your beauty is taking from this podcast.
She could sense that I was about to eat an apple.
Oh, maybe.
That's probably why.
Maybe she can. And also, Joe closed a door. And LV, much like a cat, does not like when there's a door closed that she can't get in. Even if she was
not intending to go in.
She has zero intention of going there. Actually, you were just asleep. Continue that. Okay, the subject is, am I crazy? I'll be the judge. Hi, girls. My friends are too mentally stable to help me, so I'm hoping you can.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, that's what I'm here for. Annie is mentally stable as well. 28-year-old female. I'm addicted to stalking people, especially people I hooked up with in the past. 100% harmless. It's like a reality.
Even I do this.
Okay. It's like reality TV, keeping up with toxic chads I've let into my life. Anyway, last week I got a DM from my ex's wife. She said she knows I watch his stories and asked me to stop. Oopsie, guess I was clumsy, but what the fuck? Let me snoop. Who the fuck cares? I don't respond. It's been 5 days now. Yesterday, she sent a message to a mutual friend telling her to ask me to stop doing it. What should I do? Ignore her? Stop stalking him? Go to therapy? Send her a fan letter because I'm a stan? Please help.
Wow.
Obviously ignore her. What a loser.
Yeah, also insane to message. Have you heard of blocking someone?
Have you heard of making your husband go private?
Yeah, like, or getting him to block her if that, like, that's between you guys. That's not like it's not like he needs to stay public and not block you.
Can you
and you
separately
need to
send me this husband's @ and this girl's @ I need to creep these losers.
She's going to now DM her being like, and don't get your little podcast friends to look at my stories.
Like, that's crazy. If someone was watching Joe's stories, let's say I had a fucking problem with that, first of all. Look away.
I would love that.
Oh my God.
That is so juicy. Not that he ever posts me.
Yeah.
But like, he doesn't use social media. I feel like everything I say about Luke is like toxic.
Not that he would ever post me.
What did I say that? Oh, I was like, and he hasn't come to one of my doctor's appointments, which is fine.
Joe has also not come to one of my doctor's appointments, which is fine. I've told him, King, stay home.
I just mean, like, I feel like every tidbit I give, it, like, doesn't sound good. Anyway, he doesn't post on social media. That's why. Yeah. It's not just a me thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry, Elvie.
Yes?
She just tapped Sam.
Excuse
me, Mom.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
She wants an apple.
All right, she'll have an apple then.
I would love if his ex was looking, A. B, I would rather die than let that ex know that I have noticed.
Yeah, that
live your life.
Is criminal.
Also, you're married. Please just relax on exes. You're married. Like, sorry. We just stopped talking and didn't explain why, so hopefully you could hear that.
That was Elvie eating an apple.
Sam just gave Elvie an apple and she chews it in such a cute way. And she was just about to do it that we had to stop talking, but if that didn't get picked up by the mic, then...
Just know that she's really cute when she chews an apple.
But actually, even if it was picked up by the mic, we didn't explain. So...
It's the cutest.
I might just think it's me. Take a break so I can chew.
And you chew like a little dog.
Well, it kind of sounds the same when I chew an apple.
No, you chew with your mouth closed.
But I could make it sound like that.
We could try.
But it wouldn't be the same.
It would not be the same. This is an angel eating an apple.
I know.
We're two fucking bustos.
But yeah, ignore her because that's crazy to engage.
That's so embarrassing
and
for
also,
her.
Like, I don't think you need to do this. I personally would be like, okay, I'm just gonna like get a stalk on my Finsta or something. Or I wouldn't want her to know I'm still doing it after ignoring her DM.
No, I think then what you do also, you can do a Finsta, but guys, the fucking real play here is go on Google and type in anonymous Instagram viewer, and then you can watch anybody's stories and look at anyone's profiles without
really,
as long as they're public. Open. Yeah, that's how I watch everybody's stories. I
have never heard of this scenario. Like I've heard of, because this has happened to you. Like block. Oh no, because she blocked you.
She unblocked me.
Okay, well that's even weirder.
Wait, who? Claire? Oh no, I'm blocked.
Oh. But I just mean, like, if you really cared about this, that's between you and your husband, and that's on you to be like, ugh, I don't like that your ex watches your stories. Can you just block her? And he would just have to say yes, because like, what does he care? Yeah,
that is something you talk about with your husband if you have a problem with it, or you say,
like, why are you going through who you looked at your husband's stories?
You are a loser because your husband's probably cheating on you.
Yeah, like that's
You're worried
already
about something.
Loser behavior.
Yeah,
it is not weird to stalk your exes. I do that.
Absolutely not. You do not respond to that message. You don't respond to the mutual friend who, if my friend messaged me saying, hey, can you tell your friend to stop looking at my husband's Instagram? I'd go, bitch. No. We borderline aren't friends anymore because you're such a loser.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like, I can't believe there was a second party that was willing to get in the middle of that when this is so not your problem. Like,
and,
oh no, you
and
looked.
What's the harm? Like, you're posting on social media.
It's a public
for
forum.
People to look at. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. You have to know that that's searchable.
Yes.
By random people. And if your goal, I'm now talking to the loser who DM'd, if your goal is to not have girls look at your husband's Instagram,
yes,
then you have to now worry about every girl that's looked, not just his ex. I would be way more worried about the random bitch from work than an ex that he broke up with, like, and I'm married.
Yeah.
If you're going to even be worried about that. Although looking at stories means absolutely nothing.
Looking at stories is so innocent.
It is the most passive, like, click, click, click.
What? It's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do. And unfortunately, my ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend just privated herself. Not only did she private
shame.
herself, every time I go to check to see if maybe she unprivated herself, she's deleting posts.
Oh, so she's up to something on there.
Obviously up to something, but what is it? Like she had...
It's not just about you.
It's not just about me. Get this, okay? I have some... Do you want to hear pathetic? This is me right now. Okay. Happily married. Expecting a child. Mm-hmm. Have great friends. Thriving in every aspect of my life, besides my mental health.
Anyway. I'm stapled to the couch.
Yeah, I'm stapled to the couch. But other than that, I'm doing great. My ex-boyfriend's girlfriend, and I shouldn't even call her a new girlfriend because she's been in the picture for a while, and I'm a stan. Should start a stan account for her. I'm obsessed with her.
Who are we talking about?
Alex's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to say her name, though,
because
she doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
But Alex knows that I talk about him on the podcast. No, he doesn't. He doesn't listen.
I hope not.
If he does know, well, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No harm.
Well, yeah,
no harm
exactly.
Done.
That's what I'm doing. Anyway, his girlfriend, who I actually am a fan of. Like, I like her Instagram. I'm like, you're cool. She will randomly delete a post. Or no, she randomly deleted a post the other month. Okay, whatever. I was about to say the other day, but I'm going to say the last time her profile was open, I see that she deleted a post. And I scroll down.
And you see that because you're like, that post that I
that
put
number.
in the
No,
inventory?
because I see she has this many posts and I see it go down one. I remember numbers, though.
Okay.
You know me with dates.
Yep.
Yes. So I remember numbers. So I see whenever I click on it, like you'll watch her stories from my anonymous Instagram viewer that you can Google, everyone. I use anoniig.com.
Okay, did not know that.
Oh yeah. I'll teach you all about it.
Okay, great.
You don't need Finstas anymore.
Okay.
But
good. I lost the login and never looked back.
Okay. I still have the login and I don't use it because honestly everyone's blocked that account. We had a shared Finsta that we had for literally years and every single person we knew was logged into it. And I swear to God, every account that we overstocked would just block the Finsta because it was a faceless like numbers type situation. So anyway.
No, then I said we have to change the picture to something inviting so people don't get scared, and then one of our friends, who I won't name, changed it to like a puppy, so it looked like nice. But then it didn't. It only worked for so long.
Okay, yeah. Anyway,
because they were like, "This is a dog account. This is a Finsta."
Right, exactly. So the days of that are done. But anyway, so she deletes this one photo, and I scroll down, and I'm like, "Oh, it was one of her top photos. It was a photo of him and her." She deleted it.
Oh, that's juicy.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm looking at it again, maybe a week later. The photo's back.
Oh, they got in a fight. She archived it.
Wait.
Ale.
Wait. Alouetta. Anywho, she freaking does it again. She gets rid of the same photo.
Another fight.
Again, another fight? Or was he just like, I don't like this photo of myself? Because here's a fun fact. I wasn't allowed to post him on social media. Period.
But you also fought a lot.
That too.
But wait, what do you mean? He doesn't like it, but sometimes he does?
I don't know. Maybe she like put it back and then he was like, wait, I thought I told you to take that. I don't know. But anyway, that same photo goes missing. But there's other photos of him on her feed. So it's just this one photo that she's removing and putting it back. Curious.
That is curious.
Then she goes private.
This is why it's like reality TV.
It is reality TV because, and also it's kind of like, what is one of the great mysteries of our time? Like an Agatha Christie novel.
Right.
Because you're kind of also going, what the F is going on here?
Who done it?
That is a who done it and why'd they do it? I'm looking for motive. I'm fucking Columbo. Murder, She Wrote with a magnifying glass. I want to know what's going on. Anyway, she goes private. Deletes 2 more photos, but I see the number going down. She's deleting photos and she's private. Open up, girly. I need to know what's going on.
Yeah, what are the photos of?
What are they of that you've been deleting? Why are you so upset? Talk to mommy.
Why are you so upset?
Come talk to mommy.
Wow. I also just always wonder, because some people play games so heavily with their...
Yeah.
Well, this is a young girl. Is this not a young girl?
I think she's like... She's young, but I don't think she's crazy young. Like maybe late 20s or something.
That's true. I guess if she was crazy young, she probably wouldn't care about Instagram this much. But
guys, was acting because I know she's 26. Did everybody like how I... And that is what Annie taught me through our friendship. How to act. I don't
How to
know.
act cavalier.
Late 20s? She's not in her late 20s. She turned 26 in May.
And is that post still up?
And is it?
We'll never know until she unprivates herself.
Unprivate yourself, honey. I'm your biggest fan.
Some people really play games with their Instagram in a way that is shocking to me because I'm like, who could possibly notice this and care? And then I'm like, oh,
Me.
I'm looking at her.
Me.
You know what my move
But I
is?
don't think they're doing it to notice it and care. I think they're actually like, they're hoping someone else notices. Obviously, this isn't for me. She doesn't
Right.
even know I'd stalk her.
Although in the case of your other ex, I think it was for you for a time.
Oh, yeah. She opened it the day they got engaged and then closed it.
Yeah.
Like, babe.
I love that move.
Honestly.
She really met you where you're at.
I miss her. And she changed her last name only on Instagram, but not on LinkedIn. Come on.
Like to his name?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
I saw that on Insta Anani IG, whatever the
Oh,
fuck
wow.
thing I'm so like even though you blocked me, I still know what's going
You know
on.
what my stalking move is? Or of choice? Tagged photos.
Oh, of course.
I love to see some recent, because especially like,
Yes.
I mean, guys are so lucky with their exes. Like, girls be giving you material,
so
right?
much, yeah.
Guys,
I'm
especially
online.
a lot of guys don't post a lot, so you really have to go mining through
Yes.
girls that are posting them.
And then when you find something, it's such a treasure.
Especially when you find a new character, you're
yes.
like a tag, and you're like, who's this? And then
Yes.
you're like. And then you see another tag, and you're like, this is someone
There's a
I'm
pattern
going to be
here.
following
Yeah.
now. This is in your friend group.
Yeah, and it's so exciting to find a new person to stalk too.
Especially someone who posts.
Oh my god, yes. This is like when I found Alex's brother's girlfriend like years ago.
Yes.
And I stalked her and she'd blocked all 3 accounts. But guess what she does now? Follows me.
Oh.
Respect to you, Catherine. I'm a fan of yours. And I've been a fan of your work for quite some time. And I think your eyes are beautiful.
Okay. Anyway, so there you go. If you thought we were not mentally ill, we're right there with you, girl. No,
If you came here
'cause
for
it's
some
normal.
logic, well, we just gave it to you. We spat some logic.
Yeah, I think this is so normal and healthy.
So normal and healthy. I know what Joe's exes are up to. I know what people Joe have hooked up with one time are doing.
I love to see little glimpses. My ex's sister.
Oh, I'm all in on your ex. I know what your exes. I know what both your exes are up to. I know what all 4 of your
one
exes
of them's
are
your
up to.
cousin, so
Well, that's
I'm
not-
not actually. He's the least interesting one to me.
I know.
But no, my first boyfriend
Just reactivated his Instagram?
No,
What?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes. I see on Dollspace, it goes, follow this person. I go, I didn't know this person had Instagram. And then I go, oh, fuck. Well, then how am I going to follow? Like, do I follow it? And then it says Sam Doll follows him. And I go, I don't follow him.
Reactivated.
I think he deactivated
So I'm
it.
following him.
We're both following him.
Oh, that's
Nothing new
exciting.
posted, though. And
Breaking news, guys.
breaking news, but also nothing new posted. And also no tagged photos because his Instagram was deactivated.
No problem.
So is he about to start posting? I guess so. Why would you reactivate
I'd love to
that?
find out. But you know, it's funny. And I hope this doesn't get back to anyone, but it's okay. Because I'm talking about something that was posted, and that's what posting's for.
That's public. That's public property.
I'm just saying, I catch the littlest glimpses through his sister. And again, I know his sister and we follow each other. It's not like, that's not a stalking situation.
Yeah.
Like, I obviously knew his sister too, and we like didn't unfollow each other. So, and me and the guy didn't unfollow each other. He deactivated his Instagram and was off grid.
Oh, we're talking about that guy's sister. Okay.
Oh, so is that the guy who reactivated his Insta?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So we're talking about the same person.
Are we talking about the same person? I'm talking about your... Yes, yes. Because you also follow sister. The other sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
We're not talking about that guy's sister.
Same guy.
Okay.
And maybe on the Patreon we'll say the names.
Yeah, why not?
And anyway, the other day she posted like helping my brother organize his loft or something, and she posted a couple pictures of like just and I was like, cool, that's his house.
Yeah.
You know, like I just was like, oh, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Since he doesn't post.
Yes.
Or he didn't have social
and while
media.
she was organizing, did you see any baby accoutrement?
I did not. But it was just like a before and after. She helped him like organize like an office section of his house or something. And I was like, loved to see that.
Love to
know that's what his office looks like.
Wow.
Moving on,
Beautiful. Yeah, this isn't that
it's
deep.
It's just curious.
This isn't that deep, and his wife should not be worried that you know what his office looks like.
Absolutely not. In fact, I'll post my husband's office, and we can all be...
And you can look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. And if you want to look at my husband's story, Annie's husband's stories, good luck.
They won't be there.
He doesn't post anything, ever. He posted one picture of, like, a dog once.
Yeah. And I did a collab post with him once after our honeymoon. I said, do you want a collab? And he said, sure. He didn't even post our wedding. Which is funny. He didn't post our wedding, which I didn't expect because he's never posted anything. He didn't post our engagement, whatever.
Yeah.
He does not he has 3 posts on Instagram that are like 2 years apart.
Yeah.
And then when I was posting, he was so interested in what I was posting for the honeymoon that I was like, okay, do you want in on this?
Here? Yeah.
I was like, there's like a collab button I can invite you. And he was like, okay. And then he just clicked okay. So I think if I was the kind of wife that cared about him posting, I would just collab on every post, but like,
yeah,
seems unnecessary.
No, I don't think that's necessary. You can just post him and not collab, and that's totally fine.
Exactly.
So anyway, you're completely normal and we love you. Come over. All right, this is the last one I'm going to read.
Okay.
And then guess what? It's 4:00, which makes me think, oh, I got a message from Emma Kula.
Okay.
Sam, do you have any chips left over from the party, or should I grab some on the way to have with the
I
dip?
was wondering. I thought she would have chips, or else I would have
chips. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Emma and Carolyn are coming over.
Emma and Carolyn are
Emma
coming
of
over.
Kula's Kitchen. I mean, also of Kula's Kitchen. But
And what I'm seeing
Stellar
here,
Eats Cooking.
now that I'm on
8 ingredients.
8 ingredients, Stellar Eats Baking, and what I'm seeing is that Carolyn is right around the corner, so she will have to come in and sit on the...
Okay, or we could just end. How long has it been?
I don't know.
Kind of fun if she pops in.
Yeah, she can
This
pop
episode
in.
already is very loose, I feel.
Is it? I feel like it's never been tighter.
I don't know. There's been apple chewing and...
Oh, like LV apple chewing?
Well,
oh
and I did a little apple chewing, too.
Yeah, you did an apple chew. You did a nice chew.
I just feel like we're in kind of like silly mood.
I know. You know what I really wanted to do? I wanted to do the Patreon with Emma and Carolyn, but I could not figure out the mic situation to have 4 mics. This interface only accommodates 2.
Can we not just sit close, 2 and 2?
We could sit close and do 2 and 2. An option.
See if they're down. I mean, it's 4 frickin' o'clock.
It's 4 frickin' o'clock, and we're here to party all
Like,
night.
the chances of us doing that probably are slim.
They're slim, yeah.
But it'd be nice. It'd be fun if we did.
It would be nice.
If they're down.
If they're down.
What would we even say?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. What's Patreon except for special extra shit? Like, I don't even know what we say on that normally.
True.
We were going to talk about our family Christmas dinners on the Patreon.
Yeah. It seems a little passe.
And a little boring. It's only funny if you can, like, really fucking
Get into it.
Yeah.
I think just our one text conversation about it was funny, and we were like, oh, this is good for the pod, but, like, might be one of those things where it's like,
but
is it?
Yeah. Is it is right. Yeah. Okay, why don't we read this last one and then we'll end, because this one I feel like we should answer.
Okay.
Because the subject is, this is kind of embarrassing and quite personal to me. I'm honored you've chosen us for whatever this is about to be. I've talked to my friends a lot this, but an outside help and perspective would be nice. I'm a 34-year-old woman from New Zealand, if that's relevant. Of course.
Always
relevant.
Kiwi.
A Kiwi. Brett and Jermaine fly to the Concords. What else is from there? Lord.
Dick. Do you remember the New Zealand teacher at Lawrence?
No.
Our high school, there was like a computers teacher that was from New Zealand.
What?
And he called like the keyboards like your like
dicks.
Well, deck. Like they were like your something deck.
Yes.
And like I forget why he always said, but he'd be like, "All right, grab your dicks," and we would always laugh. Like it was like the something
remember this.
deck. I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget his fucking name.
Wow.
He was nice.
Yeah, nice guy. Great. Also,
nice Kiwi.
Is it Summer Heights High, New Zealand? Or is that Australia?
Australia.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
I think that's Australia.
So sorry for conflating the two. I know it's a big difference.
I know. But we're Canadian, so you know that we get it.
Call us Americans, whatever.
Yeah.
We get it. Yeah. Okay. I have a beautiful 8-month-old daughter who was born via an emergency C-section, and ever since then, I've had trouble with getting in the mood with my husband. My husband is the most amazing guy, incredibly supportive, an equal partner and parent, and has never made me feel bad. He just wants me to feel happy with myself, but I don't know how to fix this. My body has pretty much gone back to what it was before getting pregnant, except for my C-section scar. Well, I do think scars can be badass, correct? I feel embarrassed having my husband see it. He sees it as the way our daughter safely entered the world, but I see it as a reminder of myself during labor and how he had to see that as well. My labor was traumatic and took me a long time to process. It lasted over 36 hours and so much went wrong. I felt so vulnerable during and for a long time afterwards. My husband saw me screaming in pain, getting a catheter, and having multiple people down there having a look. On top of all of this, I am now a stay-at-home mom returning. Sorry, it was an acronym. It was SAM.
SAM. I know. I always have to remind myself what that is.
Returning full-time to work. Yeah. I love being around my daughter, but it can be taxing. Sometimes going to the supermarket is a big outing event of the day and the reason to put on nice clothes. For a want of a better word, how do I get my mojo back? I'm a huge fan of Sam's TikTok. It is one of my favorite accounts I follow. Sorry, I haven't posted for fucking ever.
Oh.
So sorry, Annie. I had previously never heard of Degrassi, but you seem cool as well, and I'm enjoying listening to your banter on the podcast. It is not embarrassing to have never heard of Degrassi.
So let's just start there.
Let me start with maybe it's more embarrassing if you were her biggest fan. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I did get another message the other day about how you were someone else's gay awakening.
Great.
Another one on the Patreon.
Always love to hear that. And I will say, I never know how to take, like, I often get people being like, sorry, I've never seen it. And I'm like, that's okay. Like, do you think I'm offended?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this person, that's cute because you were saying something about Sam,
Yeah.
and so it made sense.
Oh, yeah.
But I've had some people be like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm an actor. And then they're like, oh, on, like, from what? Like, what? And I'm like, oh, I was on the show Degrassi. And they're like, oh, sorry, I've never seen it. I'm like, it's okay. Like, you just asked me a question about what I did. Like, it didn't mean, it's not offensive to me. Like,
also,
if I've never heard of the company you've worked for, like, it's not a diss.
Yeah, and also, too,
like,
it's like, I'm an actor, and then you say from what? It's like, okay,
I have to, you're making me
You
say.
also already don't recognize me. So
Right,
I don't
yes.
think when I say from what, you're going to be like, oh, that's where I know you from.
Right. I mean, some people are like, oh, I know that show or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's fine. But some people are like, oh, sorry, I don't watch that. And I'm like, okay.
All right, sick. That's great. Well,
Anyway,
to answer
you weren't doing that.
No, you
And
weren't
that's
doing
normal.
that. And you seem like a very nice Kiwi lady. This is so classic. I feel like this happens to a lot of people. Okay,
Yeah.
First of all, I'm sorry you had a traumatic birth.
I know. That scared me.
That scared the shit out of both of us, but that's okay. That's okay. We're here to support. I think there's so many things about pregnancy and your body changing and stuff that make you lose your mojo. I truly do. Like, we were talking about this the other day, especially on the Patreon. We were discussing, like, you are kind of seen differently during your pregnancy. Like, you're kind of seen, like, cute and like a vessel for life.
Just with our friends the other day, too.
Yeah. And, like, also in your yoga class, which I don't think we said on main. We said it on the Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah, just a girl in my prenatal yoga asked, like, are any of you guys having sex? And, like, everyone was like, oh, no. Like, because she was just saying, my husband, like, is complimenting me. Like, it's not like I feel ugly or whatever, but she's like, there's something where I just feel like there's a disconnect where he, like, doesn't want to. Although in this scenario, it's different because he seems like, okay, I'm ready and I'm not deterred by your C-section scar. And you are. So it seems like it's still probably, like, related to the traumatic birth.
Yes.
I've always wondered about C-section scar. You know, like, that's always something that, and maybe, like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't have any scars, but, like, I've never once thought of a scar as something that I would, like, care about.
It's also funny, too, like, that you say, like, this is a reminder of, like, a traumatic thing, because even if you didn't have a C-section, that's what your vagina would be. Like, if you had a traumatic vaginal birth, it's like, okay, like, that's what your vagina would be. You just wouldn't see the scar, probably.
Also, not every position, you don't have to see the scar in every position.
Yeah, fucking fold in half like a banquet napkin. Go doggy. Woof, woof, woof. No.
And, like, yeah, I mean, I do wonder if you were having sex when you were pregnant, because, like, talk about reminder.
Oh my God.
Huge barrel.
I think a huge thing, okay, from your perspective, because obviously the men fluctuate with, like, thinking you're cute and then being like, holy shit, I saw some crazy shit in the delivery room and then whatever. But I think for women, it is an identity thing. Like, it's like how you see yourself, obviously, and you need help seeing yourself as, like, a sexual lady again. That's the issue, because he's not having that problem. You are.
Yeah, which is lucky that he's not. Because
Wow.
I feel like you will be able to... I feel like it's maybe harder if the other person... You're like, I feel this way and I just wish I could get them to feel this way. Because, like, you can work on yourself or whatever, do the necessary work, but, like... It's hard to make someone else feel a different way about you.
Yeah, so that's actually, I feel like you're in a good starting point then. That, like, your husband is already like, yeah, okay, I've moved on from this traumatic labor, and I see you as a stunning mama to my baby.
It does sound traumatic, but, like, you just have a scar instead of anything happening to your vagina. If anything, your vagina is, like, back, is just how it was.
You got traumatized from your birth. You're fucking rattled. You got traumatized from your birth.
Like, he's not thinking about a scar.
No, he's
when the box is intact, as you would say.
Oh my God. When the box is intact, honestly, even when the box is intact and you have a wild bush, like, men are never thinking about you. Like, they're not really
badly.
Like badly. No, I don't think so. I think they're just like...
Well, sometimes men really are thinking of you badly.
Sometimes they really are, but, like, your husband that loves you is not a scar.
Not your husband.
Like, my husband that loves me, if I have, like, acne while we're hooking up, he's not like, ew.
Yeah.
Like... So, I don't know. Yeah. I think clearly this is, like, something you're recovering from. You're rattled by this experience, and you have been struggling to look at yourself the same way since. And
we also might have that, like, it's hard for us to even give advice because I'm like, that might happen to me.
Yeah, I think postpartum is
8 months isn't that long.
Not that long at all. I think postpartum is, like, a weird time as, like, for some people, pregnancy is a very weird time for some people. For example, like, some people have, like, very seamless pregnancies and they're having sex through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then there's pregnancies like mine, which were, like, fucking horrendous, way worse than I thought. Hate, like, cannot find myself, like, hate the whole experience and not having sex. So it's, like... With postpartum is so similar. Like, I feel like first of all, you're not that far out. And secondly, it could just be different. There's nothing wrong with, I don't think that's weird.
No.
To be, like, struggling to, like.
And it could be more than your scar. Like, your whole body's different. Like, I don't know if you breastfed or whatever, but, like, that, I always think about how weird that's going to be too. It's like, even after you give birth, your body still is like.
Yeah. Well, she said her body's the same except for the scar.
So that's great.
I think maybe what you need to do, this is what I would do. Okay. Would you consider...
wearing a little outfit?
No, I was just going to say get a vibrator and, like, get yourself horny.
Oh.
That's what I was going to say.
Right. First.
Because sometimes it's too overwhelming to think about tackling that with someone else.
Yes.
But then if you get horny... then you want to do that more.
Yes.
So I feel like...
And if you already do that, then it's something about how you think you are being perceived by your husband. Kind of like Charlotte and Trey. You know how Trey could get it up, not around her?
That's right. But I think if it's a problem getting your mojo back, I would honestly... This is advice not every woman would give, but, like, watch porn and use a vibrator and get back in the mood. Get back in the
it's great
mood
advice.
And then, like, start seeing yourself that way again.
Yeah.
When I use a vibrator, I feel hot. I'm like, I'm hot.
Yeah.
And then watch, like, Nicki Minaj music videos. That's what also I do when I want to feel hot.
Great.
Yeah, I watch Bees in the Trap. Or No Frauds.
The way you were, like, cracking yourself up.
It's so random.
That is so random.
I'm sobbing. But anyway, there's nothing weird about what's going on with you. Not worry.
No.
This will resolve itself, but if you need a little help, DM me. I have so many vibrators. I'll send you one. Unused, I will send you one.
There you go. What a deal.
And then things are going to start feeling normal as time goes on. But watch
I hope.
Bees in the Trap.
Also, we might have to take this advice ourselves.
We're going to have to circle back to this ourselves.
I am honestly scared for this. Like, I am. Like, not even... Like, I'm not even thinking scar. I've never once thought, like, I've been scared of having a scar. But I am scared of my vagina being different.
Oh.
I guess.
I don't know. As someone that's had vaginal reconstructive surgery myself.
Yeah, but that was to make it look better. That wasn't...
No, but I'm saying that's always an option.
Oh.
Designer vaginas exist, honey.
Right.
You can spend $4,000 and get a designer vagina. That's what I have.
Yeah. Because I just don't know that I'd want to like go through that. I don't even know actually what am I worried about the look being different? Am I worried about the feeling? Like I just don't know. I don't know what it is.
The feeling goes back. I think the tightness goes back unless you have like 10 kids.
Even then, it's like do pelvic floor exercises, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not a fucking pro. I just made that up. If you have 10 kids, then
that's the limit.
That's when your vagina maybe expands a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. But
anyway, we'll see how it goes.
It's great you have your body back. It's great that you like are
your husband wants it.
That your husband wants it, and it sounds like maybe two things need to happen. Maybe the vibrator thing needs to happen, and then maybe you need to
have a couple drinks.
Oh, I wasn't even going to say that, but you're so right. Get a little loose. Get a little drunk.
Yeah.
Just buzzed. Not too
And why
drunk.
don't you wear an outfit then? Why don't you wear like a cute... And then it's like... To get going.
Make
like,
him fuck you in a skirt. That's the best. Like a high-waisted skirt. Make him fuck you in a high-waisted skirt.
Yeah, or a teddy.
Or a teddy. And if you want to... And honestly, on top of all this random advice we're giving you, I would say...
Big shirt?
I was going to say go to therapy for your traumatic experience. Work through it. Something's up there.
Well, that too.
Or skip that step and just buy a teddy, have a couple margaritas, get a vibrator, and fucking go for it.
Okay, maybe you're feeling weird about being a stay-at-home mom or something because you like mentioned that. Mm-hmm. Fucking lean in.
Oh, babe.
Dress up as a French fucking maid. When he gets home, take a roast out of the oven.
And then dust his little head like with a bunch of feathers.
And then sit on the counter and Bob's your uncle.
Say bon appetit. In your little Kiwi accent. Which I'd love to hear, actually.
Oh, I would love
Can you send us a voice note of you saying bon appetit?
And I know when we imitated the accent before, it was fully Australian.
Sorry about that. But you know what? New Zealand is the hardest accent. That and South African. South African.
Oh, yeah. I think that's probably harder. Well, no, New Zealand is only harder because it's hard to differentiate exactly what it is.
It's different, but we don't know why.
Yeah. Like when I hear Brett and Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords, I know that's different from like Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, yeah.
But I couldn't tell you how.
I don't know why, but I know there's something going on there. It's annoying. It's like that must be the feeling of people that are tone deaf. How frustrating would that be? Like to hear a song and not be able to sing along. Like you know what the sound is, but you can't do it. Like if you say and then I'm just like, not being able to find it.
I think everyone has with accents, it's like it's the familiarity that gets you to hear the differences. So it's like I don't think that's like a personal deficiency of ours. I think it's the fact that we literally don't live there. Yeah. And same with her. Like if she came here, she'd be like, you guys sound the same as Americans, probably.
Yes. I mean, we kind of do.
We do, except for I'm hearing the Canadian accent.
In our podcast?
No, just like with people. Like, I find in St. Catharines, I hear it a lot.
Oh yeah, well, honey.
Like just certain words, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds really Canadian. And maybe I just like I notice it more after living in the States. Yeah. And I don't know.
Yeah. And sometimes when I'm in the States and people say, "Come over to my house."
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I hear it and I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. You're doing a little accent.
Mm-hmm. You're doing a little.
Actually, I'd be curious to know if people think we have Canadian accents.
Yeah.
Well, I know we do, but I'm saying I would be curious if that comes out.
Are you picking up on it, homie? Come on, slut.
Okay. I really have to be.
Okay, Annie's got to go, so I guess we're calling it. But to complete that, let us know if anything we said helps you. And then please let us know because we're going to need this advice. So let us know if we were right so that we can apply it to ourselves when we're...
Later on.
Yeah, when we're postpartum.
Yeah, maybe I'll write into you.
Yeah, can we write into you after we give birth and see if when you wrote into us, if it worked? Keep us posted on that. Choo-choo. Okay, we all have to pee. We all have to fluff the pillows because we're having guests. And Annie's going to put on a little nurse outfit.
See if my friends still find me attractive with this belly.
I made such a brutal joke to Madison and Erica yesterday. Okay, my friends are lesbians and I was over at their house. I have never said anything like this to them in my life.
Oh no.
I was getting too hot. We were sitting on the couch.
And bothered?
I was just hot. We were watching Naked Attraction. But yeah, maybe I was bothered because we were watching Naked Attraction, which we should throw on tonight.
Oh, would love.
And I basically just said, okay, I have to fucking take my shirt off. And then I don't know what made me say this. I'm like, unless that'll be a distraction.
What did they say?
They were like, Samantha, you fucking loser. I'm like, they're like, do you need a t-shirt? I'm like, if you need me to wear a t-shirt.
If you need me to cover up these warlocks.
I have never made a lesbian joke like that to them. Like, we've been friends for like a decade. I have never said anything like, are you two gonna try and fuck me? Ever.
Can you deal with how attracted you are to me?
I don't know what made me say it.
That's really funny.
Then they were like, are you good? I'm like, no.
Also, love that you guys were over there watching a show and you were like, I have to take my shirt off, like, to be in your bra.
I got too hot. I got too hot. I was already doing giggles.
Oh my
I was
God.
already doing
That's
massive giggles.
really
I think that's what made me say it in the first place. And also because on on New Year's, I was so hype. Honestly, there's only 2 times maybe there's 2 times I've done this to them, but they were standing in the corner and I wanted to take a picture of them, so I said, we might have to cut this, but I said, hey, LGBTQ. The way they turned around, they were gonna slap me. They were like, are you fucking serious right now?
I think you can keep that.
Oh, damn.
Unless they want that out.
I don't think they care. I think they know that I'm the idiot in that situation. Anyway, shouts out to Maddie and
Oh my
Erica,
God.
my best friends.
Fuck, I love them.
They're the best. All right. And if anybody wants to donate them their sperm,
Sam, okay, that's too much.
I'm inseminating Madison with a kit from Amazon. All right, and on that note, I think we'll
And
just
it's your job to find her sperm.
randomly
Pretty sure she can. Oh! Come in. Carolyn's here.
Carolyn's
Gotta go.
here. Okay, gotta go.
Love you.
Love y'all. Bye.
Kisses.